What is going on, guys? Matt O'Leary back with another video, and today I wanted to get into Daniel Jeremiah's mock draft. Now, Daniel Jeremiah is someone who is very plugged in around the NFL. He writes his mock drafts for NFL.com, and when he speaks, I usually tend to listen because, well, I think out of all the guys who do it, I think he's closest to being spot on. Mel Kiper, I think, has lost his fastball a little bit, and there's some other guys who do this, but Daniel Jeremiah has ties to the league, has ties to Joe Douglas in particular. But I wanted to really take a look at this latest mock draft, which came out earlier today. So when I saw him tweet it out, I was like, all right, awesome. Yes, let's click on it. And when I got down to pick 13, I was very surprised. With Paris Johnson and Broderick Jones still on the board, Daniel Jeremiah gave the New York Jets Nolan Smith, edge rusher from Georgia. Now, Nolan Smith is probably one of the more unique NFL prospects we've ever seen. I'll get into why his numbers are so just crazy, but the Jets going edge in the first round, I know they prioritize the trenches. We've heard it a million times that Joe Douglas will always prioritize the trenches, offensive line, defensive line, all that stuff. But the reasoning that Daniel Jeremiah gave was because he said that the Jets are probably losing Bryce Huff after this year and that Carl Lawson could be a cap casualty. Now, I don't necessarily disagree with the fact that Carl Lawson could be a cap casualty, whether it's this year or just, he doesn't get a new contract after this one expires, after this upcoming year. But I don't. Why is it a guarantee that the Jets are going to lose Bryce Huff? They can't extend him? I don't know. I think he would be someone who would stick around. I don't personally believe that. Maybe he knows something that we don't, but I think Bryce Huff would be around here. I know he got the 1 year, the second round tender slapped on him, so he'll be back on a 1 year deal. But I do think a long-term deal eventually gets done with him. I would be really surprised if the Jets let him walk. And with Nolan Smith, so with him as a particular edge rusher in this class, I don't know how he could possibly be a top 15 pick. He is 6'2", 238 for an edge rusher. Now, he's extremely fast and has some just bonkers numbers. But when you look at his size and then some of the attributes here, so both his 40-yard dash and 10-yard split times were 99th percentile. 99. He's one of the fastest to ever do it. He ran a 4.39, a 4.3 for an edge rusher. That is absolutely insane. Freak athleticism, absolutely freak athleticism. But the size is a major problem. 6'2" and 1/8 is 15th percentile for edge rushers. Weight 238 is 2nd percentile. Arm length, 17th percentile. Hand size, 5th percentile. He's too small. He is going to get pushed around at the next level if he doesn't put on the weight. He is very unique in his with his size and also with the speed and athleticism he has. So I understand the people who love Nolan Smith as a prospect. They say, "Oh my God, they see the speed and just what he's able to do," and they're like, "That wow, that's great." But I'm worried about, one, how his game translates to the NFL level at that size. And number two, can he stay healthy at that size? He missed some time in college due to injury. And obviously, he's going to get pushed around by some pretty big offensive linemen screaming off the edge there. The durability concerns, I think, are a real one. And let's be honest here, with pick 13, assuming you're trading for Aaron Rodgers, which I think is a pretty fair assumption, you need someone who can contribute to this team and the roster right now, right away. Nolan Smith, I'm not guaranteed I'm not convinced, I guess, that he can do that. I think he's a project at that size, and it's definitely a risk with his durability concerns at that size. So this is an interesting one. I don't really like it. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't really like it for this team. That's not the direction that I would go, especially with Paris Johnson on the board. And even if Paris Johnson was gone and Broderick Jones was the only offensive tackle left at that point, I would still take Broderick Jones over Nolan Smith. I don't see how you could possibly justify that for the New York Jets, but maybe you can. Let me know in the comments down below your take on it. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Matt O'Leary. I'll catch you next time.